What's up, beautiful humans? Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. This is Dr. Giselle Martin, aka Dr. Jazzy Fit, coming to you today. Today, we're actually going to do a two-part series on branch basics. The first part of it is we're going to talk about if branch basics are a viable option for cleaning your house, especially since I'm filming this particular video during the coronavirus outbreak. So we're going to talk about what it means to really keep your home clean, how to properly wash your hands, the difference between using soap and water, and the difference between using antibacterial agents and sanitizers and all of those different things. So we're going to get into all of that today because I really want everyone to stay healthy, and I also want you to make sure that you are using products that are not going to bring toxins into your home. You don't want to make things worse by using all of these things and killing the good bacteria in your home either. So if you're interested in learning more, stay tuned. So let's get started by talking about how germs actually spread. So as you can imagine, germs will spread whenever your hands are dirty, right? But it's not even just that. If you touch a doorknob, if you touch anything that has germs, is nasty, is gross, you transmit those germs and you actually get sick by whatever you've touched, by touching your mouth or touching your nose or touching your face, even your phones. Our phones are disgusting, guys. How many times do you go somewhere and you sit your phone on a table at a restaurant, and then you go and you sit it on the desk in your office, then you bring it, you lay it on your bed, and then you bring it to the bathroom with you, and then it is nasty. And how many of you actually clean your phones? Do you wipe down your phone every day? How many of you will pick up your phone and put it up to your face just like that? Because everything that's on the surface of this phone literally just got transferred onto your face. And we're wondering why we have skin problems. Guys, I personally do not put my phone up to my face. If I don't have an earpiece or something, I am on speakerphone, literally all the time. I will even have it muted when I'm not talking so it doesn't pick up the other ambient noise around me. But I refuse to put my phone up to my face, and I clean my phone every day with alcohol swabs. Every single day, at the end of the day, I clean both the surface, the front of it, as well as the case of it as well. Because, I mean, you're holding it, you're transferring germs onto it often. So you want to make sure that you keep those types of things clean. Anything that's going to come into contact with your face, anything that's going to come into contact with any opening of your body. So your mouth, your eyes, your ears, your nose, anything like that needs to be sterile, needs to be as clean as possible. If you're going to do your makeup, wash your hands before you apply your makeup and after you apply your makeup as well. Please do not ever touch your face with greasy, gunky, sticky, nasty hands. And I know sometimes as a parent, it's really hard to get your children to understand that. But my daughter and I, we've had many conversations about thou shall not touch mommy's face without washing your hands. Unless you're giving me a kiss. Yeah, no son, no, we just don't do that. So, you know, it's kids don't know. They just want to love on you. They're not thinking about germs. They're not thinking about the fact that if they touch your face, 2 minutes later you're gonna have a pimple. Like, they don't know. So we gotta educate them. We gotta teach them. Anyway, so you also want to, anytime you're eating or drinking anything, you want to make sure that you clean your hands first. So yeah, you don't want to just give a cashier some money and then go and sit down and start eating your food without washing your hands, because everything that's on the money, everything that the cashier touching the counter, whatever it is, you literally just ingested all of that stuff into your body. That doesn't sound too great. I don't know about you, but that just made my stomach turn a little bit. I'm actually gonna adjust this camera because it's driving me a little crazy that you can only see my head. There we go. There we go, guys. Ha ha ha. So anyway, anytime you sneeze, anytime you blow your nose, any of that stuff, you want to make sure that you have indeed washed your hands afterwards. If you're sneezing, please don't sneeze into your hands like that. Sneeze into your elbow. Because the chances of you touching something here with this are slim to none. You're not going to touch anything there. I mean, you don't open the door, you don't shake hands, you don't, like, unless you go up and give somebody a hug, but even that, like, be courteous, give them a one-armer. Or just go change your shirt. It's a better option, right? Yeah, so now let's talk about key times to wash your hands. So we've talked about eating or drinking. So anytime you're preparing food, before you're preparing food, while you're preparing food, and after you finish preparing the food. Because you don't want to transfer things around, especially if you're maneuvering in your kitchen, you're touching handles and y'all, that's nasty. Don't do that. Don't do that. Again, before you eat or drink anything, after you're caring for anyone in your home, whether it's your kids, if you're changing your baby's diaper, anything like that, anyone's sick or like having vomiting or diarrhea or anything like that, wash your hands. No, it's a lot of washing your hands, but wash your hands. If you are treating a cut or a wound or anything like that, you also want to wash your hands. Because if you think about it, if you have an open wound on your body and you just finish touching everything around and then you go rubbing on yourself, like, yeah, there's certain things that Neosporin cannot do. So why would we put our bodies into that situation in the first place? Just don't do it. Don't do it. This next one should come as a no-brainer. But if you use the bathroom, whether it's one or two, ladies and gentlefolk, and everybody else who is listening to this, wash your hands. Okay? Even number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All of them. Wash your hands. All right. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've gone to a public bathroom and people just like legit just walk out like they didn't just use the bathroom. Like I didn't just hear you use the bathroom. Wash your hands. Don't be nasty. Don't be nasty. That's nasty. Anyway, okay. So we talked about blowing your nose. We talked about if you're touching an animal. Yeah, I know. Your little babies, your little fur babies. If you're touching an animal, if you're touching their food, if you're touching their poop, you're scooping the litter box, anything like that, wash your hands. Yeah, you pet your dog, pet your cat, wash your hands. Absolutely. And these guidelines, by the way, these are not Dr. Giselle Martin's. These are not mine. These come from the CDC. Even the pet one. Yeah, that's not me. These are common best practices for keeping germs at bay in your home. This next one, again, should go without saying. If you're taking out the trash, if you're putting things in the trash can, if you're touching the trash can in any way, shape, form, or fashion, or anything that is trash or has been near the trash, wash your hands. Wash your hands. So let's talk about 5 steps to washing your hands properly. Okay? So the first step, you want to actually wet your hands, right? Wet them, water on them, both sides of them. Everything should be wet, okay? Next, you want to lather your hands with something like this. This is the Branch Basics soap container. I mean, this video is all about Branch Basics. It's also about proper hand washing technique, but we're talking about Branch Basics. So, squirt, you want to lather your hands. Front, back, side, under your nails. especially if you have long nails, you want to make sure, you notice there's no dirt under my nails because I actually wash under them. You want to, I like to go like this once you have the soap in your hand. Actually let the suds go under your nails, back of your hands, between your fingers, all of this stuff. And then scrub your hands for at least 20 seconds. That is step 3. Scrub it up. We make songs about it when we're kids and all this other stuff. So an easy way for you to remember or time yourself washing your hands is to sing the happy birthday song from beginning to end 2 times. Once you do that, that is the ample amount of time that you should be washing your hands, actually rubbing your hands. How many people just squirt, go like this, wash it off, the end? Good start, good effort. That's not appropriate. After that, you want to rinse your hands and then dry your hands. So depending on where you are, I honestly, as much as I try to conserve everything else and I'm all about being green, I don't touch the handle. Once I lift the handle in my house, my faucets lift up. Once I lift up that handle, I let the water run while I'm doing whatever I want. You know, if you want to, I would use my elbow to turn it off, and then I would use maybe like, you know, my wrist or something and pull it back up. And even then, I would wipe off, after I've dried off my hands, I will typically wipe up the water around it, or I might spray something right on the handle and wipe it off. Because right now, you want to make sure that your handles and your light switches, all the stuff that people touch frequently, that those things are clean on a regular basis. Especially if you leave your house and go outside for any reason. If you go outside for a run and you come back inside, the second you hit the threshold of that door, those clothes needs to come off and go right in the washing machine and be clean. And the rest of you needs to hop in the shower. So, sorry, Google's talking to me. I'm not talking to you, Google. Not talking to you, Google. Anyway, so that is how you appropriately wash your hands. So we've gone through when to wash your hands and how to wash your hands. So in part 2, we are going to talk about the differences between using soap and water and how that compares to using disinfectants and any type of sanitizers that you might have around your house. So stay tuned for part 2. Thank you guys.